What's up? What's happening, folks? Welcome back to the channel Sports, Life, and Politics TV. I'm Samuel Koppel. I'm here for the news. Now, here recently in Louisville, Kentucky, there was an ex-disgruntled employee who was being fired from a bank, went back in and started shooting co-workers. Now, if you follow this channel, you know that I've covered all of these mass shootings, and I cover the news in general. But I started out really deep diving into some of these mass shootings. In every one of these mass shootings, there's always the same gun, which is the AR-15. Why do I deduce from all this that this is about getting guns off the street? Is because every time it's a pistol and an AR. Now, is every mass shooting orchestrated? Absolutely not. There's random mass shootings, but they're also mixed in with some of these orchestrated events allegedly. I always have to throw that in there. But it was becoming plainly obvious. This young man was live streaming the event, and he actually shot an officer in the head too. Now, did I predict that this officer would get shot in the head? Absolutely I did. But let's take a look at this first clip of the Louisville police released body cam video from Monday's mass shooting. Let's take a look.
Out to new video coming out of Kentucky. Louisville police releasing body camera video warned by officers responding to yesterday's mass shooting.
5 bank employees died when police say a co-worker entered the bank and then started shooting. CBS 2's Dick Brennan joins us now in studio with more on this, Dick.
Well, Christina Maurice, when the first 2 officers arrived, the gunman, having already killed his co-workers, was waiting for them in the front lobby behind reflective glass where he could see the officers, but they couldn't see him.
Well, let me say this, you guys. When that Uvalde situation happened with that mass shooting at that elementary school in Texas, I knew because of how long the police took to go in there, it was going to eventually get an officer shot and killed, because police officers are now thinking, hey, we need to hurry up and get in there. Now, under the circumstances of the school shooting, yes, they need to get in there, but you just can't run in there gung-ho. You have to have a plan, a strategy, and you have to work a few things out. And these 2 police officers made a fatal mistake. They both came in from the exact same direction, and they could not see where the man was at. That's just a recipe for a disaster. I mean, it's heroic in a sense, but in practicality, a hero ain't nothing but a sandwich. You have to strategize and come up with a plan of how you're going in there. They should have waited for backup a little bit, but I do understand why they would do what they did.
The 2 officers first on the scene took fire as they arrived.
Stop right. Back up.
But officers Nicholas Wilt and Corey Galloway didn't back down. They grabbed their weapons and raced into danger. Inside the bank, the gunman was waiting, apparently in an ambush position.
113 Baker, we're making entry from the east side at Preston and Main.
With no idea where the shooter was, the 2 officers still went forward and quickly faced a hail of bullets.
Now, I will go back to this video. We will finish this video up, but I'm going to take you to my video, and we're going to watch a 30-second clip of this video that I made 10 months ago. And watch what I said 10 months ago.
Officers were calling. And you know what I just came across my mind? I want to say this before I get this. I think what happened in that shooting in Texas at the school with the kids, I think that that's going to get some other officers killed eventually, because I do believe the officers should have went into the school because it was children. But every case of a shooter, you can't just run gung-ho into the building. That's...
God damn it. If I'm not the best, 10 months ago, let's look, June 2nd, 2022. If I'm not the best, let's listen one more time.
So dangerous. And then that shooting in Texas at the school with the kids, I think that that's going to get some other officers killed eventually, because I do believe the officers should have went into the school because it was children. But every case of a shooter, you can't just run gung ho into the building.
I'm the
That's
best.
so dangerous. You do have to have some. It does have to be some kind of tactics. It can't just be, oh, we going in there. And I think that's eventually it's going to have some officers that run in there gung ho, and it's going to get some officers killed. And then they'll pull back and say, hey, man, we just can't run in there like that.
I'm the best. Hey, I'm the best at covering this news, man. I get some of that sports, life, and politics TV sauce and butter and pour that shit on there, man. So much flavor, so much knowledge. Oh, man, come on now. Well, let's finish the video out.
Officer Wilt was hit, shot in the head. Galloway had a minor wound and took cover behind a wall. A bystander took this video from across the street while Galloway tried to get the drop on the gunman and rescue his wounded partner.
The shooter has an angle on that officer. We need to get up there. I don't know where he's at. The glass is blocking him.
At last, the gunman fired and shattered the glass, and Galloway could take aim at him.
I think I got him down. I think he's down. Yank him off now. Yank him down the stairs.
Officer Wilt had only been on the job for 10 days. He's now in the ICU in critical condition. Louisville trauma surgeon Jason Smith says he's had enough.
There's only so many times you can walk into a room and tell someone they're not coming home tomorrow. And it just breaks your heart when you hear someone screaming, "Mommy," or "Daddy."
It breaks my heart that I can't see my mama no more.
The children of one of the victims, Juliana Farmer, whose car was still parked in the lot.
And, I like to, send condolences out to the, to the families. It's unfortunate. But what they don't understand, this is bigger than them. They don't care how many people have to die. They just want to get the assault rifles out of people's hands at any cost at this point. Do I have empathy for these people who lost their mother and these other people who lost maybe their father or uncle or brother or friend or whatever? Absolutely. I do. But I also understand the agenda. The agenda is real. And we need more people armed, not less. Because the way America is set up, is so many guns out here. An unarmed country, we're just completely vulnerable. And people know how to make guns from scratch. I don't know. To me, it's just not no turning back. But obviously, they'll do any and everything to get these guns off the street, you guys.
Says this has to end.
We've got to stop this gun violence. We just lost an innocent, beautiful soul. Innocent. They've got to do something about these guns.
Speaking of that gun, that AR-15 style rifle used in the attack, like all confiscated guns in Kentucky, will
obviously, like I said, AR-15. Some people say, hey man, you too conspiratorial. But I'm telling you, it's the same exact gun. When you know about guns like I do, and you have a base knowledge of guns, I'm not saying I'm a gunsmith or I'm just the most knowledgeable person about guns, but I do know a little bit about guns. In none of these cases, where is a Vector? Where is an MP5? Where is a Tech 9? Where is a Uzi? Where is a 308? Where is anything other than just the AR-15? Where is the AK? Where is the SCAR 17 heavy? Anything. They using the same gun over and over and over. And all of these guns are just as accessible. It's unbelievable. Some people say it's a coincidence. Man, you can only have so many coincidences before something's rotten in Denmark, like I always say, man.
likely be auctioned off to the public and under current law would then eventually end up back on the street. Maurice.
Wow. Those officers are a special breed. My goodness.
Incredible. We'll talk about going to the fire and taking the fire, and everybody's praying for that officer who's still in the ICU.
Without hesitation, Dick. Thank you.
Yeah, that officer went in there gung-ho. And how they went in there, they almost got his head blown off. That was not a smart move. I'm sorry. It was what you would call a brave move, but it wasn't wise. And it was not tactical whatsoever. That's why I said 10 months ago, this shit in Uvalde days, how they excoriated the police for taking too long, which they took way too long to go in there and get them kids. But instead of, it said it took it like over an hour. It should have took them maybe 15, 20 minutes to go in there, not an hour. But there does have to be a time for us to strategize, because we don't want to, I want to save you, but I don't want to die. I want to have every chance to live too. You know what I mean? You want to have every chance to live too, because that officer has a family too. Just like those people who died, and you seen the girl in the crying. I don't know if that was, I know the girl, that probably was her mother. I don't know if that was her boyfriend or the other son, or her other son. I don't know, but just like they were crying, that officer family's crying too. So you have to have a sense of strategy, you guys. You do. You can't just run into these places like you some kind of hero, because it's nothing but a sandwich. But this has been Sports Life and Politics TV. I'm Samuel Koppel. I'm here for the news. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. I just took your ass on the Michael Jordan of reporting the news ride. Peace.